Reactions are nothing new. However, there is one man on a mission. One man on a mission who wants to prove the world a fakery. He used to follow all these paranormal charms. Now he's had enough. He is done. CARTS is going down. Coming after all these paranormal clowns. He's watching, not letting them get away. All these fakers are gonna have to pay. CARTS, moving in for the kill. Watching every move, waiting for the thrill. CARTS, tearing the fakers apart. Leading with his heart, no one dare tell him he can't react. Because CARTS has your back. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. CARTS has your back. If you are faking, if you are pretending, after CARTS is through, you won't be mending. Now stop the faking, he's had enough, he is done. CARTS going down, coming after all these paranormal clowns. He's watching, not letting them get away. All these fakers are gonna have to pay. CARTS, tearing the fakers apart. Leading with his heart, no one dare tell him he can't react. Because CARTS has your back. Oh yeah, yeah. CARTS has your back. If you are pretending, after CARTS is through, you won't be mending.
Welcome. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Desktop audio seems to be on. Let's turn that off so I don't get no notifications or anything like that. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the live stream. Hey, what's up, baby? Avery's here. What's up, Brooklyn? How you doing? Glad you can make it, babe. And we got Rebecca. We got Francis. How you doing, Mike? Jack. If we go by the Bible description, the 10 plagues of the gods is number 7 in my area. You can be really how much time we have. Right. Thank you so much, Melvin. I appreciate that. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Whale of the Deep. Love the name, by the way. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, Matthias, how you doing? Glad you could be here. Welcome, everybody. Whatever you want to talk about, we're just here to chat it up. I have to work tonight, but I figured, you know what? I haven't been live at least in a couple days, so I might as well go live. Annette, how are you doing? Hey, member for 54 months. Thank you for being a member for 54 months, man. That means a lot. I promise you, I will get to more extra content. I got 2 full gaming videos coming to members and Patreon, so very excited about that. We got one for the Escape the Backrooms Together, which I filmed with Andrew Stonerock, Heart Mode Horror, and Amber Dust. And then we have a Lunch Lady video coming to members and Patreon. And obviously, we're going to have stuff coming to the gaming channel too, so don't worry about that. I'm going to be cutting them up and editing them and whatnot. But the full uncut videos are going to be for members and whatnot. Uncut stuff. What are your thoughts on A24 possibly getting... I'll make a video on that, man. I'm very curious about that. I'm going to be doing a reaction to the article, and I will absolutely get a video out. I find that fascinating as fuck, to be honest. I really wish A24 got a hold of Nightmare on Elm Street. I think A24 and Nightmare on Elm Street, like, together would be gold. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre should be interesting, especially where I heard people were comparing the movie X to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Apparently, it felt just like that kind of style. So, I mean, that could be really great. Deanna, I made it finally on a weekend. Awesome, I'm glad you could be here. Raji, hey, man. Lots of love from India. Oh, sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hi from Germany. Well, welcome. Guys, oh my God, there's a lot of new people in here. Thank you. Leave a comment, please. Tom, what's up? Ellen. Thank you for making it. Good morning. Just arrived at work. It's great to catch you live today. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, Amex. How are you doing? Sup, Maniac? How you doing? Pretty good. The long walk was amazing. You know, I've heard it's really good. People actually, I watched Cody Leach's review of it, and he said it's amazing. He said it's really good, and which is like, oh wow. It's been a while since we've heard like that kind of review from a Stephen King adaptation, so I'm looking forward to that one actually. And The Conjuring was fun. Yeah, I am kind of like them, but they all kind of feel the same to me. I still enjoyed it. The Conjuring, yeah, I was hoping to go see that today. Plans kind of changed. I looked at the seating, because this is kind of a theater where you have to get your seating in advance or they're going to be sold out, and there was barely any room. So I just decided, nah, maybe not this weekend. Unfortunately, the theater that's closest to us, that's like 10 minutes away, closed down recently, and it was actually demolitioned. It was demolished. So, yeah. Can't really go to a theater close by anymore. It's rainy here in Philippines? Oh, I bet. Bro, you need to trust people less. You liked Seth Borden, Corey Shear. Bro, you have to trust people less. You liked Seth Borden and Corey Shear. Yes, at one point, I really did enjoy their content. I'm not really ashamed to say that. I really don't feel like I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, I mean, seriously, I used to really watch a lot of content and not really know the people behind them as much as I really would like to, but that happens. When you watch content, you sometimes put your trust and your thoughts into people a little bit too much. You trust them to actually be honest more, and then you find out things later on, for sure, that kind of rub you the wrong way, no doubt. The Corey Shear incident, I loved Corey Shear, man. I'm not ashamed to say that either. I loved Corey Shear's content. I thought the guy was fucking hilarious. And maybe he still is in a lot of senses. I haven't seen his content in a long time. But I genuinely found him funny. I found him to have a good personality. But then I started, hearing stuff after the whole drama went down. Elton started revealing a lot of things, saying he would put on a show for the camera, and exposing him really for a lot of the stuff that he was doing behind the scenes. And it just really rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I thought I did not know who the fuck I was watching, which is sad because I actually liked his personality on camera. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Yeah, it sucks. But that's part of life, too, is that you're going to go through life and you're going to put a lot of trust into people. You're going to watch people and have a certain feelings about them, and you're going to be like, oh, man, I love this content creator. And then you might be hurt someday. That just happens. It doesn't even have to be a content creator. It could be anybody in life that you just think is one way, and then you find out they're not. So, yeah, that's not really anything I know I should be ashamed about. That's why you don't like celebrity culture. Corey was always a piece of shit, bro. When he was with Sam and Colby's videos, he used to make up getting calls while the ghost hunting, and then he moved to overnight, and in the videos, oh, I saw. Yeah. Yeah, again, I mean, I understand. Like, if some people may have seen things early on that I certainly did not during that time. I certainly didn't see that stuff. I wasn't really paying attention all that much. But now that it was kind of brought to my attention, looking back on a lot of that stuff, yeah, it's obvious that he obviously did stuff to get out of content. Even that's what one of the things that Elton would talk about, actually, is that he would make up a lot of excuses to not be there. And which also kind of takes away from the paranormal, in a sense, from their videos, too. He used to be, I saw something, I got touched, boo-hoo. Yeah, well, I mean, that's another thing he would do, is that, and he used to play like he was genuinely terrified. But no, it was the fact that he just wanted to get out of video sooner. So he would make up like, oh, I saw something or something, I don't feel comfortable, and then he would book it. He would go home. And I never used to think that was a big deal back then. I was a little bit more naive back then, where I was kind of like, maybe he just is afraid of this kind of stuff. Maybe he just is not comfortable, right? But no, it was actually, he just wanted to get the fuck out of there because he was just done filming. He didn't want to be there no more. Yeah. He lied about not posting content, then deleted his workout videos. Did he really? I did not see that. For real, don't be ashamed about liking Corey back then. I mean, I still like his humor. I still think he's a funny guy. It's just, as a person, I don't really know anymore. It's just, he didn't sound like your ideal buddy, which is sad because you used to think that whole group of people were actually at least decent friends, but no, it just didn't turn out to be that way. It was mostly a show for the camera. Are you talking about me, Jesse? I don't think you're talking about me. I think you're talking about something else. My dream place is to go to the Conjuring house. Oh, fair, fair. I mean, we'll see what happens, you know. It's supposed to be auctioned off next month, so we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's bought. I'm sure I got an idea of who's probably going to jump on that. She's talking about Corey. No, Corey, I got you. Okay. I'm sorry. I was talking too much to where I was missing stuff, and I was just in my own little world in the moment because I was just trying to answer the questions. But yeah, talking about Corey. Yeah, I get you. I mean, but the reality is, I mean, you even heard how much Elton was paying him, right? Elton was paying him, he said, about $3,000 per investigation. So every night he was out investigating with them, he'd make like $3,000 or something along those lines. So just for like a few hours of filming at a paranormal location, that guy was making bank. So, I mean, obviously, you stick around for the money. Even if you don't believe in the paranormal, even if nothing is actually scary there, you still want to, like, stay there because you're getting a fucking decent paycheck. $3,000 an investigation. So like if they were to be out on the road and decide to do like one investigation after another, I mean the guy that'd be like $9,000 within 1 week if they did 3 investigations in 1 week, right? So I mean he was making insane money. I remember when he said that, yeah, and that's one of the biggest things why it pissed Elton off, actually, was because he was saying he wasn't getting paid all that much. He even said, like, he was getting paid under minimum wage. And I guess he tried to explain that maybe he didn't mean it and like that, but no, it does sound, when you say it like that, it does sound like you mean under minimum wage, which is, you know, no. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Like, genuinely, I really appreciate that. Thank you. He says, I don't believe in all this paranormal investigation, bro. I saw your Belair one, and genuinely, that was freaking awesome. You know, it wasn't, I feel like we could have done better. I feel like I could have made it more entertaining. It was meant to be a little raw, though. I wanted the investigation to be raw. I wanted you to feel like, you know, this is what happens when you go into these locations. And I was hoping that, you know, you'd hear the background noises, which you don't hear in a lot of investigations. There was a lot of background noises at the Belair house, like a car passing by every fucking minute, and it was so easy. It was nuts, man. It was so much background noise. But that's something that you don't get told that often in other investigation videos that take place at that location. So I was I appreciate it though. Hey, sup, Buttercup? Hey, what's up, Lord Beagle? How you doing, man? Glad you can make it in here. Thank you for shouting out the blame the algorithm. Oh my God, guys, I think we're on the verge of almost 500 subs, maybe. If I'm not mistaken, on the podcast channel, which is awesome. Yeah. Roaming, y'all can't stop me from being kinky. If I want to be kinky, I damn well can. Oh my God. What's up, bud? I celebrated my sister's 43rd. Oh, awesome. Well, happy birthday to your sister. That's awesome. It sounded like those people that try to act like they're just like poor people to be cool, but in reality, he was doing very well. I really think he made a big error in judgment by leaving them. I'm not saying, like, for Elton's case or for his, like, he really, I mean, even I said, fuck, hire me. Because, like, damn, I mean, he was making good money. He was making good money. It's not all about the money sometimes, you know. If he really was not interested in the paranormal, get the fuck out, right? If you're not interested in it, just don't be a part of it. It's that simple. But maybe he felt an obligation to the audiences of Overnight, and maybe he felt like, you know, he was getting paid quite a bit of money, so he stuck around. I mean, that's for all we know. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, but that's for all we know. He had a lot of reasons, I'm assuming, to stick around. Hey, what's up? Thank you for making it. I love it. Hey, Mike Kronos, new dawn. The dawn is coming. I don't believe in all this paranormal investigation stuff. We're going to this is going to be fun. Oh, my God. Elton is now cool. He is a good guy. He seems like a genuinely good guy, you know? He's commented on my videos several times. He seems like a genuinely, like, decent person. Ginger is a very nice person. Yeah. Karma Chameleon, I don't get a chance to go see your lives. I appreciate you measured content. Thank you thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, but Elton got now involved with the Warrens, so it's a downside, I think. There's a lot of people who feel that way. I think that was a risk when buying the Warrens Museum and continuing on that legacy. There's going to be, of course, people who are just going to look at that like, yeah, it's obviously a cash grab. That's the reality. Because, you know, going into it, people don't believe in the Warrens. There's a good portion of people who don't believe in the Warrens. and for a lot of really good reasons too. I myself, I do not believe in the Warrens. Is that like going to take away my personal interest to go to the museum or the house someday? No, maybe someday I will go and I will check it out for myself and see if it's actually, let's say, something going on. But it's not a place I'm going to be rushing out to go and see, because I'm not a big fan of the Warrens. I love the movies. I love the characters portrayed in the Conjuring series. But as for the real people, no. I just, not for me. Not for me. I was a big fan at one point. I loved talking about the Warrens. I really wanted all this stuff to be real. And then I started actually looking into the research, people doing research for me and actually making videos on that. You know, Truth or Demons podcast does an amazing job at debunking the Warrens. So if you're somebody who loves the Warrens and you don't care what anybody says, obviously what I'm saying is not for you. But if you are somebody who's actually interested to understand why people feel the way they feel about the Warrens, genuinely, I recommend going and checking out Truth or Demons podcast, because they have done a tremendous job at going into the detail, getting a hold of people who lived around in the areas that they claim certain stuff happened. I mean, she does a really damn good job. And it's almost criminal that she's not like that high in subscribers. She does the research, which is crazy. Like, it's a long process to do all that stuff. Anyways, I really love the paranormal so much, and I especially love it when you talk about the paranormal. Well, thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. Yeah, don't go, bro. It's a waste of money. Well, that's kind of the thing. I'm not rushing out to go see it, so it's not like one of my first locations I'll go. But I would rather, for my own sake, to go there myself, see what's going on. And again, if it's not haunted, I'm gonna outright say it. Right? I'm just gonna say, look, nothing happened. And if that's something that's gonna bother any owner, then if you know your place isn't haunted, then genuinely, if you don't want that to be said, it's going to happen. Truth or Demons, you called her out. Did I help? Truth or Demons? I mean, why? Did she make it here? Or is that why you're saying that? Maybe I'm wrong. A woman, they talk about Jenny, Ed's mistress. Oh, man. Yeah. That's, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the next episode of the podcast we do talk about those allegations. Yeah. Some pretty insane shit. Truth or Demons, you called her out. Do you think any cases are real? The Warrens didn't lie or did the investigations? Here's the thing. I think, could there have been people who personally believe something was going on in their houses? Yes, I do. I think there could potentially be some people that the Warrens got involved with that actually genuinely believed something was going on in their house. Not all of them, but some of them. I would even say a small portion of those people. But do I think most of the time when the Warrens went into these places, did they over-exaggerate? Did they lie? Did they add things on that genuinely weren't going on, but they played into it because of the psyche of the people that were actually dealing with stuff, so they can make themselves look like they're actually helping? I do think they did that stuff. I think they absolutely preyed on the vulnerable. I believe that they targeted people to make them believe their houses were legitimately haunted, so they would have a book deal by the end of it. I do believe in all that stuff, because it does point in that direction so much more than it does they actually help people. I don't think they were the people that were represented in the Conjuring films. That's just my personal opinion. That's my personal preference. If you don't agree with that, that's completely okay. But that's just what I think was going on. And again, back then, a lot of people were not familiar with a lot of mental health, right? So like, people didn't understand what was going on with them mentally, but they really believed something was really going on that was beyond their own comprehensions, and that's where people like the Warrens would come in and completely take advantage of that. So it's sad, because I would love this for this stuff to be real, but I really believe they took advantage of a lot of people too. Have you heard of the Jenny Dixon ghost legend from the NSW Central Coast? I saw her once. It's a local legend of my home. No, I didn't, but that you're piquing my interest because you're saying you saw her. That's kind of cool. I noticed that there were 71 people here. Maybe some of y'all who haven't could like that live. Oh, yeah, if you guys want to like the live, that would mean a lot, too. It'd help out with the algorithm. Hey, what's up? By the way, Heart Mode Horror today hit 300 subscribers. That is a fucking decent deal. I remember when I first hit 100 subscribers, there was nothing more incredible. The feeling is absolutely mind-blowing. So for her to hit 300 is so damn awesome. And again, if you have not checked out Heart Mode Horror, she has more collaboration videos with myself, Amber Dust, and Andrew Stone Rock coming to her channel. We play video games, horror games. So if you're a big fan of horror video games, definitely make sure you go over there, show her a lot of love and support, and subscribe, because I genuinely want to see the people who I'm involved with, like the podcast-wise, to do very well. Yeah. When I was younger, I was always annoyed when people would say, like, but now I genuinely need the reminder. I was younger, I was always annoyed when people would say to like, but now I genuinely need a reminder. It's okay. It's okay. Some people do. Some people do. And sometimes people need to have a reminder that, you know, hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. Because sometimes they think they will press it, but they actually don't press it. And then they'll go back down and be like, oh, fuck, I didn't actually press it. I thought I did. Double check, because you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. It happens a lot. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you're almost 310 subs now. Jordan, I care so much about my mental health. I've struggled with it since I was a teenager. So that's one way you can look at the debunking community, is that I know a lot of people look at the debunking community as people trying to rip away the fun of the paranormal, and that's not what the case is at all. There's a lot of people in the debunking community who genuinely get pissed off. And they have a right to get pissed off, because there are people who know exactly what they're doing, who go into these houses of people who just don't understand what's going on. And maybe all they need is someone to say, I got you. I know what's going on. Don't freak out. Don't take it personally. You might have this. And the second they actually go see somebody and they get like a medication, all that stuff can go away. So, I mean, that's what they wish people would do more of, instead of just going into a house being like, we can work with this, grab the camera and start recording. I think what people want to see is actually people get help. They want to see people actually get the help they deserve, because some people are genuinely struggling with this stuff. It can be scary. It can be, as someone who believes they grew up in a haunted house, I genuinely do, so I'm not trying to disregard anybody's stories, but as somebody who grew up in a haunted house, man, it is a scary concept. It is. I've tried to debunk some of the stuff I experienced when I was younger, and I genuinely believe I have. But if you're unaware of these things and you're just vulnerable, it's scary. It feels like you are completely powerless to whatever's going on. But if I had known more back then, I feel like I wouldn't be saying the things I'm saying today. I feel like I would be able to give you a more logical answer. But some people, unfortunately, the problem here is when people speak up against people being taken advantage of, when people get spoken up against being going into a location and be completely debunking it, and then putting whatever those people found to the side and saying, yeah, you guys were over-exaggerating, you guys are acting that out, it does threaten their business, because most of these guys and gals who are doing this stuff, it's fine to do that stuff if you're openly acknowledging that it's for fun. But most of them are coming off like they are legitimately helping people. And that's not always the case. Look, if you're going into a location and instead of looking at the logic first, you go straight to ghosts and demons and shadow figures, and you're building up this person's fear, that's not helping. That's not helping. You got to go in there with the logic first. And then if you can't explain it with pure logic, then you're like, fuck, we got something here. That's what you do. That's what you do. Then you can help them first, make sure that, whatever's going on with them is taken care of. And then if there's something there, then you go for that. But don't scare people. Don't make them believe whatever is going on is out of this world, because that's going to affect them mentally even more. Just don't do that shit. So when people try to help people, it is a threat to that ghost hunting, content creating business, because it's taking away the mystery. Not everything's a ghost. Not everything's a demon. I think that's so important to remember. Exactly, Lord Beagle. You go in there with logic and reasoning before you ever touch paranormal. Your ghost hunting at Belair was freaking perfect. Everyone must follow. Well, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I feel like it was an amateur video, but I'm very, and maybe I wish the audio was better, because I feel bad about that. I didn't have a microphone, And as a creator, that bothers me. But I'm very proud of it, regardless. I think we did an okay job for what our first investigation was. I think we did okay. We did try some of the things that, are a lot of people would say are stupid. We tried the Estes method. We tried this. We tried that. We wanted to give it an experiment. Wanted to give it a go because we see all these. It didn't really work for us, so we're probably not going to do them again. I mean, I am an amateur. Don't mistake it. I am an amateur. Also, never publicly post a home investigation. No. I know there are some channels out there who do post, home investigations. I will never. Here's the honest truth. I will never do a private home investigation. Okay, especially if there are people living there. If it's an abandoned house, maybe. But if there are people living there and it's an actual everybody, their lifestyle, I will not go in there and investigate it. I would much rather leave that to somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing. And that's just me being honest. I would much rather give it to someone like Boo Productions. Boo Productions apparently is somebody that a lot of these debunkers go to help them out when someone really wants help. I would probably recommend them to that person, to be honest. People are talking about pies again. Oh, I should have known Dice would start that. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. Sam and Colby versus Overnight. I haven't seen an Overnight video in a good minute, so I feel like that wouldn't be right of me to say. However, I will say, there's so many ways you can look at this. If I'm looking at them as entertainment channels, like pure entertainment, and they do tackle the paranormal, I mean... Okay, I like a lot of those channels, by the way. I know that might surprise a lot of people. I don't agree with everything they do, but I do like a lot of those channels. I feel like I need to watch more recent Overnight stuff before I can say it, because I've been watching Sam and Colby's recent stuff here and there. Their videos are a lot shorter than most of Overnight stuff, so I feel like I can get through one of those and not feel overwhelmed, but yeah. The only thing I want in an investigation is the ability to replicate the post-stated paranormal events, which one of the things I forgot to do, by the way, one of the things I forgot to do at the Blair House was to debunk the Sam and Colby flashlight falling over on the post up on the top of the stairs in the attic. That's the one thing I forgot to debunk. It was either a flashlight or a cat ball. I want to say it was a flashlight. It fell over, and I feel like I could have debunked that. It completely slipped my mind that night. I fucking regret that so much. Hey, what's up, Perry? Pumpkin is good. No, Elton and Ginger's house in California was broken into. I heard about that. Thankfully, I also heard that nobody was hurt. But it's scary, someone stole her car and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm glad that nobody was actually hurt in that. What do you think of Nick Groff? I like Nick Groff. Yeah, I like Nick Groff. I think I actually prefer Nick Groff over, well, I know I do for a fact, Zach Baggins. When it comes to legitimacy, Zach Baggins to me is absolutely what I think of when I think of the... you know what? It's funny. When I think of Zach Baggins, I think of like the most over-the-top mascot. If the paranormal in general had an over-the-top mascot, like a goofy character, it would look like Zach Baggins. He's everything that I would expect the most over-the-top ghost hunter would do. He always feels like something's about to possess him. He always has these feelings. He is the perfect, in a sense. I don't really care for the guy, and I don't care for his investigations anymore. I used to when I was younger. I used to really find a lot of entertainment out of that shit. But yeah, he's yeah, I think I definitely prefer Nick Groff over Zach Baggins any day. Zach Baggins to me became more of a character than anything else. By the way, Death Stalker, I love your picture. I just noticed it. It is an American Werewolf in London, if I'm not mistaken. Is that an American Werewolf in London? Maybe? Zach Baggins is the Taylor Swift of the paranormal investigation. Hello, Death Stalker, bro. Those magnet lights have been debunked. Side-Eye Guy did it. I rate Overnight over Sam and Colby. Honestly, not a fan of Elton, but they make sense now that Corey is gone. I haven't really watched a whole lot of Overnight stuff after Corey left, and that's not because I didn't want to watch it anymore because of Corey left. I do want to watch it. It's just the reason why I decided not to do those videos is because they're so long. When I sit down and do an Overnight reaction, it literally takes hours of me sitting here watching the entirety of the video because I don't want to miss nothing. I want to give commentary. That's what I do. So if a video, let's say, was like 3 hours long, like the actual video they posted, more than likely my video is going to be probably like 4 hours to 4 hours and 30 minutes, if not 5 hours long, because I do pause a lot and I do want to talk over it to give my own thoughts, and that overwhelms me sometimes. So that's one of the reasons why you have not seen a lot of overnight reactions in a while, is because a lot of their videos are so long. Worth it, in my opinion, but long. And I know why they do it, too. I get why they do it. It's just, as a reactor, it's a lot of work. Yeah, you're just sitting there, Jordan. It's not just sitting there. It's actually like talking, paying attention, going into my own personal thought. It's so much more than just sitting and watching a video. Yeah, they're long. Yeah, they're long videos. There needs to be a serious shift in the methods and tools used in investigating. I agree. I think there are some that are outright just silly. I do not like cat balls. I do not like the flashlight method. I do not like the phone apps. Phone apps are fine when you just want to have fun and just not take anything seriously. Like if I was here on my live stream and I pull up my phone app, fuck it. Let's just see what happens. But I don't believe it worth a nothing, and I certainly wouldn't, play it off like it's telling me where a body's hidden, right? Would you do an investigator bingo? I don't know what that is. You're right, Jordan. Overnight's videos are so long, but they are so good. I disagree with a lot of what Zach has done. I do too. Zach Bagans is not really a whole lot different from the Warrens, honestly. Almost everything that Zach touches is haunted. He says it's haunted. So, like, I lost a lot more respect for him when he decided to go down the path of the Annabelle doll. Is basically the cause of why Dan Rivera passed away. I thought that was outright stupid of him to say. But he did, and that's no surprise that he did, because that's what he does. He was like, I remember when I had my experience with the Annabelle doll. I was possessed for like 2 months or something along those lines. He said, he was like, yeah. He's possessed for 2 months, and he'll never forget that time. Insinuating that Dan's passing was because of the doll. But again, it benefits him. When anything is paranormal and or demonic, and he can run with it, it benefits his business. So, yeah. I didn't care for his thoughts on that. Sometimes you wish they would take a step back and actually acknowledge something, but they just fucking do it. Yeah, he tapped the hand of it. Guys, I have known people who have gotten in front of Annabelle and have whispered something to it. I know people, they say they won't tell me what they whispered, but nothing ever happens. Okay? My opinion, Annabelle's not haunted. Yeah, Overnight sometimes feels like the same length of the Titanic movies. Oh my. I have not seen Titanic in a good minute. I think Overnight and TFIL was on a path, and now Puff. It's funny, I haven't watched TFIL in a while, and I think that's awesome that they have a channel where they just go out and have fun. Love that stuff. I think that's what people want to see Sam and Colby start doing more of, is they want to see Sam and Colby actually start doing their exploring videos more, which I think that's where they strived. Like when people ask me, why do you love the boys? People got to understand, I don't love the boys for their paranormal content. I love the boys for their gaming content. To me, that was the highlight of their careers, when they were just doing nothing but gaming content. And they still do gaming content. I watched one of their content warning videos, my free time, of course. Watched one of their content warning videos, and they're fucking funny, guys. I love the boys' gaming stuff. And Sam and Colby, they really strived in their exploring content. You want to know who to get the Conjuring house? It's tough to say. I'm already 100% confident. It's either going to go to Matt and Elton, or it's going to go to Zach Bagans. Something tells me they are going to be the first ones in fucking line to buy that place. Miss Prank Wars of the boys. What paranormal haunted place is your favorite, guys? For me, the Villisca Axe Murder House. We do talk about that in the podcast. I keep mentioning the podcast, guys. A lot of that stuff you're asking me and whatnot, bringing up, is actually stuff we do discuss in the podcast. So if you have not, go subscribe to the podcast channel. And also, we have a TikTok for the podcast channel. If anybody wants to go check that out, please do so. Oh my God. I'd love to see those things do well. I really would. I'll be lurking and multitasking. Send a text if you need me. Absolutely. First time in CARTS Live. Welcome, Stephanie. I'm glad you could make it. Thank you so much for that. Francis Chainsaw Grimp, one of my moderators, just left the podcast channel on YouTube. So if you guys want to go check out Blame the Algorithm, it's me, Andrew Stonerock, Heart Mode Horror, who you see in the chat now, and Amber Dust. Amber Dust is a very similar channel to my own, and she decided to hop on in as one of the co-hosts. So, and we do have, by the way, some collaborations coming. Debunker collaborations. So, make sure you go over there, subscribe to it, hit the bell notification. Make sure you guys don't miss that stuff when it does happen, because it's going to happen. Lizzie Bordenhouse, yep. You were talking about that Velisca Axe Murder House earlier, actually. I just got a feeling. There's a legitimate, I'm not an empath, but there's a legitimate gut feeling. You ever seen that Chris Farley skit? I was just thinking about the Chris Farley skit from Saturday Night Live where he's like, there's a big, the doc said I have a big bowl of sausage in the lining of my heart. And he starts having a heart attack. Yeah. I don't know why this came to me when I did this, but that's what came to me. Will you game with the community sometime? You absolutely bet I will. You absolutely bet. Can't do it tonight because I actually have to be working like 2 hours. So after this live stream, which I'll be still live for a while. We've only been live for 36 minutes, even though it's been like, it feels like 5 hours. That's what happens when you try to read every comment. You feel like you've been here for a lot longer than what you really have. But no, I do plan on doing some gaming stuff again. And at some point, again, guys, subscribe to Heart Mode Horror, Andrew Stonerock, and Amber Dust. Andrew and Heart specifically will go live sometimes when we're gaming. So if you want to actually catch us sometime playing, let's say, Lunch Lady or Escape the Backrooms or Content Warning, which you guys seem to really love the Content Warning content, they do go live. And they do play it. We do play it live sometimes. So definitely don't miss that stuff. Hoping Zach won't get it. I don't really blame you. I know Zach, oh man. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really have to kind of explain myself why I just don't want to see Zach get it, but so one of these big paranormal people are going to get it. Ones who are very successful. Yep. I'm going to put down $5. It is a lot of fun. Hey, what's up, Sweet Goth? How are you doing? I just hope whoever does purchase the Conjuring House brings it back to the historic glory. I would love it if they changed the name from the Conjuring House to the old Arnold estate. I would, if let's say I were to buy the Conjuring House, that's the first thing I would do, as I would refer to it as the old Arnold estate. Because that's really, or the Harrisville Farmhouse, either one. Harrisville Farmhouse kind of sounds nice. I don't know. I like the Arnold estate, though. Mad Paranormal Investigations. Good evening, peeps. How are you all doing? Well, how are you doing? Thank you so much for hopping on in. Sweet Goth. Alrighty then. I like the Harrisville Farmhouse. It's a pretty good name. Bro, who was the older dude at Belair with you? That was Joe. That was Joe. That was Joe's, that was all of our first time investigating. Joe is a funny guy. He actually lives 2 blocks down from me. Hey, Cheyenne, how are you doing? That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Thanks. I subscribed. I didn't know about it. Do you know which episode you talk about that with the favorite place? I think it's coming up. I don't know if we've talked about it just yet, but I do think that's going to be the next episode posted, if I'm not mistaken. I think. Wait until you hear my number 1. Ghosties Be Chillin' House. That should have been the name of the podcast. Ghosties Be Chillin'. I used to like Zach, but he seems to only be in it for the fame lately. Well, that's kind of, doesn't feel like that's too far off, honestly. Which, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, that's an entirely wrong thing of him to do, because once you start getting a taste of all that success and all that attention, like he was getting so much attention, of course his ego was going to boost up. So that's not really that shocking to see that he is the way he is anymore. The guy was being completely, people were losing their minds over Zach Baggins. Like back in like the early mid-2000s, people were losing their minds over that guy. They found him funny. A lot of people found him attractive. Yeah, so it's not really crazy that the guy is feeling the way he's feeling today. He feels like he's probably on the top of the world. And he probably fears more than anything to lose that spot. He loves the attention. You can just tell he loves the attention. He's 100% a narcissist. Oh, well, fuck. Looking forward to more gaming content. I'm looking forward to posting it. I got several videos recorded. I just got to edit them. Which I actually started to edit the Backrooms video. That's going to be on my gaming channel, by the way. I will not post it on my main channel. My gaming channels, that's where that stuff's going to be. But yeah, you guys encouraged me to go out there and collaborate more, so I've been doing gaming content and collaborating. We came up with the idea of the podcast, which we have been talking about for, I feel like months. Actually, like maybe even close to a year. We've been talking about doing a podcast, me and Andrew specifically, and we were like, fuck it, let's just do it. And we did. Because you guys been really wanting collaborations. Yeah, you got a lot of that, yeah. You also need to get back into the quarry again. I know idea. Actually, me and Brandon got decently far into it, and then we just stopped. Things just got crazy. Got hectic. Again. Again. It's like the 5th, 6th time this happened. But you're right, we do. What did you do on the quarry again? You were part of the team. You were credited. Cheyenne, actually. If anybody doesn't know, yeah, Cheyenne actually is into that stuff. Joe was awesome, bro. Didn't feel like his first name. The questions, can we get him on the channel? I actually encouraged him to start a YouTube channel. He still has yet to post stuff. He got in like 70-something subs, though, in the beginning. I told him I'd help him out, at least get 100 subscribers, at least. And then he has to just kind of post stuff and see where it goes. I don't know about the it depends, guys. It depends, because to do investigations, it costs money, and right now I'm trying to buy a house. It's really the only thing that's been holding me back on doing more future investigations right now. The reason why we were able to do the Blair House is because we had an opportunity. The owner invited us, and we were like, yeah, let's do it. And she knew this was going to be our first investigation, and we obviously took the opportunity, and we went. But yeah, it cost a bit of chunk of change to go on these investigations. But at some point, yes, I absolutely would love to do it again. Hey, what's up? Is it Starlight? Hello, welcome. What do you think of all the people getting fired or celebrating the death of, I mean, I really didn't want to, like, go too deeply into that kind of stuff today, but, all I can really say is that the world just got crazy. It got really insane real quick. You know, I really don't want to go into it right now, but it got insane really quick. I wish people can just calm down. Yeah. That's basically what it's just a lot. A lot of stuff has been happening. Of course, I've been paying attention to what's been going on and whatnot. You know, I'd scroll through Facebook. I mean, that's all Facebook is anymore, is just more of that stuff, and it's just everywhere now. It's everywhere. But I know I appreciate the question. I kind of spoke my piece on it. You know, I feel how I feel. It could have been anybody. It could have been anybody who was speaking their thoughts and their opinions and whatnot. I just don't like to see things like this happen. I just don't. And that's just the bottom line. Fears to fathom? No, I have not. I have to go, though. I'll see you later. All right, Shine, have a good one. That REM pod was responding when he was talking, and then boom, he himself debunked it. It was the camera. We need more of those, bro. I love those moments. Just to quit, like, just a realization. Like, yeah, no, I agree. Instead of going with it sometimes and seeing what happens, like, you know, he debunked it himself. He was kind of like, I think it's my camera setting that off. Yeah. Yeah, you can send it to me. Send it to my Gmail, if anything. Did you get the gaming channel link? Did you share it? Oh, there's the, right there, guys. Candy7 just posted the gaming link. Nicole Mercer! Hey, how are you doing? Welcome. Absolutely. And by the way, Friday House, I love the ghost next to your name. I just noticed that. I just noticed that little ghost. That's so dope. Member for 36 months. Everybody, can we give a round of applause for people who actually just went ahead and became members to the channel and have been around for a long time, like they don't have to do that. Nobody has to do that. It's not a requirement. But for people to actually like put that much, like they like the content that much, they like just hearing my thoughts about things, and they do it anyways, it means the world. You know, it's like $1.99 a month. It's not an insane amount of money, but it does help out, give money back to the channel, especially to where the channel kind of is copyright claimed a lot. The reason why it's copyright claimed is because I'm a reaction channel. I don't really fight against copyright claims. Most of the stuff I do is full-length reactions. So I don't really fight them. I let it happen. Copyright claims aren't bad. It's when the strikes happen. That's when it's bad. So thank you for that. Lots of love from India, bro. Well, thank you so much. That's awesome. Nice to see you, Candy. Hey, what's up, Red Panda? It's a lot of, it's a lot right now. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. But I think what we need right now is, just calmness. We just need calmness, yeah. Plus you get a whale. Pen Dude, how you doing? Jacob Monster, question, what was the scariest story you reacted to on the channel that gave you chills? Like the scariest story, huh? Scariest story I can think of? Oh my gosh. I mean, true crime stuff really genuinely creeps me out. You know, real events that really happened, that stuff gets under my skin quite a bit. One of the reasons why I have to take breaks on true crime content is because to listen to how people are unalived by some of these psychos and to hear the stories, I mean, I got to tell you, like, that's more of disturbed, though. Not scared, but disturbed. Oh, man, I got to really sit back and think about that. I've seen so many videos that, like, creep me out. I'll tell you, Mr. Nightmare. Mr. Nightmare's content, sometimes those stories he tells about, like, gas stations and, like, creepy guys pass by gas stations, that stuff freaks me out a lot. I think that shit is the scariest. Mr. Ballin, I need to get back into Mr. Ballin. Thank you for reminding me. Mr. Ballin content needs to happen on this channel again. Yeah. But yeah, Mr. Nightmare content always freaks me out. Gives me the chills. It's like, ooh, that can really happen. But true crime stuff disturbs me. The Chris Watts case, listening to that, his confession, listening to the description of like how he murdered his family, that stuff really mentally, I had to take a break. I was like, that's a lot. You just started following Mr. Ballin. Oh, awesome. How do you like his content? Mr. Ballin's a fun time. Especially when you want to just sit down, listen to creepy stories. He's such a good storyteller. He really is. As an Uber driver, the gas stations freak me out. Man, I had a friend who wanted to be an Uber driver, and I talked her out of it to the best of my abilities. I think she was really wanting to do it because she lived up in, at the time, she lived up in New York City. And I was telling her, like, please don't. Like, I gave a shit about her a lot back then. And I was like, please don't do it. Please. You really don't know who you're letting in your car, and if you let them in the backseat, all they have to do is pull something out and put it to your head, and that's it. You gotta do whatever they say. Don't do it, please. It's like you can't trust people that much. Like, you just can't. Please don't do it. And I'm so, like, grateful that that person, my friend, did not do it. But, oh, man, that stuff is scary. Nick Crowley has some pretty disturbing stories. I've heard about Nick Crowley. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like I've watched Nick Crowley's channel. Yeah, I think I 100% haven't watched Nick Crowley's channel before. True crime can be very hard to watch. It can be very hard to listen to also, yeah. Are you going to start playing solo horror games again? I think you would like Madison and... I'm going to go ahead and... Madison and... Hart, if you're watching, write this down. Write that down right there. The one by Nicole Mercer. Yeah, the one with the blue ghost next to her name and the green text. Write that down. Send it to my Discord. I'm too lazy. You don't have to. I think I remember it. There's an all-female rideshare company near my hometown that is female drivers and female passengers that I recommend for female friends who want to get into rideshare. That cold coffee did not agree with me. awesome. Heart mode, we are all nerding out over like horror games and horror games we can play together. I think the next one we're going to do after lunch, lady, is I want to play Escape Granny together. Yes, I want to play a Granny game with all those guys. So, like, I'm so excited. Ray Luge, welcome to the live stream, man. 69 people watching. Thank you guys so much, by the way. And almost got as many likes as viewers. Yeah, Hart, have you ever played any of those games? And by the way, Lord Beagle was in the chat earlier. Guys, I went over to his channel recently and played Horror Minecraft for the first time. Horror Minecraft, which is a new experience for me. I was not really a big Minecraft fan, but that kind of brought new life into it for me. There were some Reddit stories from rangers, people who go on searches in the forest. Those really creep me out. Bro's probably still here lurking. Almost got your old house empty. Nice, Ray Luge. Nice. Jordan, have you ever watched that chapter? He is awesome for true crime. I have not. People have been recommending a lot of, there's a Mango channel. I can't remember the Mango channel's name, but there's a channel with the name, like the word mango in it. Is it Rotten Mango? No. No, I don't think it is. There's a channel that people really wanted me to check out that I have yet to get to. It was so funny watching y'all play Minecraft. Oh, this channel is going from paranormal to gaming. No, I mean, I'm kind of like a reaction channel. I react to the paranormal. I love talking about horror films, gaming stuff. But really, my gaming stuff is on my gaming channel. It's separate from this channel. So, yeah. Yeah, there's a secondary channel. It's just called JCart. So be sure to go check that out. If you're into gaming. If you're not into gaming, don't worry about it. But if you are, it's Rotten Mango. What's up, Ray? Hey, Brooklyn, what's up? You're back. Yes, it's Rotten Mango. Cool, cool, cool. The horror Minecraft stuff was fun. I was genuinely surprised. I'm like, damn, they got Slender Man here? I don't want to go to work tonight. I got to work from 10 till 6. 10 at night till 6 in the morning. You getting hunted by the Shadow Demon? I remember that. Oh, yeah. There's the gaming channel if anybody wants to check that out. Rotten Mango, I assume. Just looked up Mango, and that's my guess. That's the one I was talking about, yeah. Who needs work when you have coffee? True that. Along with Coffee House Crime. I'll go kidnap you, and you'll enjoy it. And it starts. It begins. It begins. The graveyard shift is never fun. I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy that there's not, like, a lot of people around. I enjoy just kind of doing my thing, and I'm a security guard, so if you couldn't tell. I'm a security guard, so yeah, I just kind of do my own thing. Mentally rotting at the moment, that's understand. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. But you know what? It's not a bad thing to just kind of step aside and relax every once in a while. Can we do some more overnight reactions before all this Warren crap? I know how you feel, man. I know how you feel. At some point, I swear I'm going to get back into the overnight stuff, man. But there's a lot of Warren stuff definitely happening right now. But yeah, you're talking about, like, watch, like, overnight, like, paranormal investigations before, like, watching their Warren stuff? I could probably do that, yeah. I'll probably definitely dive into more of their older stuff, like, probably videos filmed back a year or so, and I'll start kicking out those again and kind of building up to the Warren stuff. For sure. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I want to get back into Call of Duty, too. I used to play Call of Duty. I mean, I just got my gaming PC, everybody. I just got my gaming PC. It's a beautiful piece of work. Honestly, I love it. Just ignore the Corey reactions. I'm definitely going to be watching his stuff after he left the group, for sure. I didn't check. Damn it. I didn't check. I can tell you what PC it is, though, and maybe you can look it up yourself. I ordered the Skytech King 95. That's the one it is. Actually, you know what I could probably do really quick? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I normally don't do this, but now you kind of have me wanting to give you guys more of an idea. If anybody wants to check it out. No, not that. Here it is. Okay. Okay, if anybody wants to check this out, you guys can. That is the link to the exact PC that I have in my room right now. So if it says the specs, you guys can kind of go through it yourselves, but there it is. I'm so sorry you have to work 8 to 6. Oh, it's 10 to 6, but I have to be like out of the house pretty much by 9 o'clock because I have to drive like 25 to 30 minutes. No, I didn't. I'm gonna be taking out a loan. But literally, when I put my GoFundMe, people donated about $2,000 something, which is insanely. It was insanely generous. You know, it was obviously a charity thing. Like you didn't have to do it. If you wanted to donate, you could. People actually put the time in. They donated to the GoFundMe, and we were able to raise $2,000, which has been paying off the monthly payments for the house because I'm doing a contract, a land contract right now. But once I get the loan, which should be soon, hopefully, like really soon, before the end of this year, by far, I will be just purchasing the whole thing all at once. And then I'll be getting the roof fixed, I'll be getting the yard fenced in, and it's gonna be this. It's gonna be J-Cart Paradise is what this place is gonna be. Clowns behind PC not included. You ain't stealing those clowns. Let me tell you that now. You ain't stealing those clowns. You can try. You can try, actually. Oh yeah. This PC is a beast. My old one's actually over there on the floor right now. I'm gonna be doing something with that here soon. But this PC is a beast. I will happily leave those there. No, you want the clowns, right? You want the clowns. I have more over there, dude. You have no idea. I'm gonna be filming my clown collection video this Halloween. You guys will be able to see all my clowns. You're gonna be shocked. What money are we talking about? Are we talking like for how much I own the house? We brought it down. The house was $62,000. Okay, that's how much the agreement was, $62,000. We've gotten it down to, I would say, probably about $57,000 or $56,000 now. So that's about how much we owe on the house currently. We've been paying about $400 and something a month for quite a while now, actually. Yeah, quite a while. And yeah, we're getting down there slowly but surely. But I'm just gonna do it all at once. But a lot of that would not have happened. You know, it would have been a lot more stress. It would have been very stressful if it not had been for you guys for that that GoFundMe. Yep, my grandma owns this house and she owns the house next door. I decided, you know what? How much you want for your old PC? I'm not too sure if I'm going to sell it yet. It's not really your ideal gaming PC by any means. I paid about $715 for it, so if I were to sell it, I would probably ask about $400, probably. Yeah, it's about a $700 PC, so I'd probably ask for like $400 on it. But that's if I'm going to sell it. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I have PC parts I need to sell. I have quite a few PC parts I need to sell, but I'm not sure if anybody's going to want to pay for that stuff. It's all brand new. None of it's used. It's just in the spare bedroom right now. Even the case is still in the box. And if anybody ever has like questions about buying that stuff from me, maybe I can come up with something and we can work that out. I was saving that stuff for my sister to get a PC going, but she changed her mind on it. My favorite band of all time, I would... Fuck. That's tough. I kind of go back and forth on bands all the time. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Again, it's not a requirement. You know, it was just put out there so in case anybody did want to help me. I was financially struggling at the time. I didn't even have a job, I don't think, at the time. Or if I did, most of the money was going to like bills and stuff. So like I might have been doing security at the time I put that up. But even then, it was like a real big struggle. So I put it up in case anybody wanted help, and a lot of people did help. So I mean, I'm still insanely grateful to anybody and everybody who decided to donate. I have the list. I actually have a list. So again, if anybody wants to know more about that and are interested, definitely send me an email. I'll actually leave my email right here So if anybody wants to email me about those parts in case you're interested, I will actually send all the information over to you. Just let me know. There's my email. Did you see that Elton and Ginger's house got broken into? I did see that, yeah. Actually, I was live at the time, and people were coming into my live stream telling me what happened. Metallica is on it. Some of my favorite bands. Yeah, Metallica is probably on there, yeah. Love Metallica. I love Meatloaf. Meatloaf is one of my favorites. Bad Outta Hell is probably one of my favorite songs of all time. Will you do a video reacting to live? Would love to hear your thoughts on the whole thing. Maybe. Actually, that would not be a bad idea. Are you asking me to, like, react to it now? Let's see. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. You guys can see that. Streamed 2 days ago. I'm assuming this is it. Take a look. I'm not sure when it happened. I'm not really sure when this happened, but... Hey, Lord Beagley, say you're heading out, man? All right, take care, man. Whatever, do car crash reactions. I've actually thought about doing police chase reactions. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look. Guys, when did this take place? Okay, let you get a timestamp. Awesome. Yeah, that might save me some time. That house has no ghosts and a ton of junk from a yard sale. I think they even cracked a joke, the actors from the new Conjuring film, not really the new Conjuring, the Conjuring franchise. They cracked a joke saying, I hope they don't have a yard sale. I will absolutely do police car. If you guys want to see police car chases, like actual pursuits and stuff, I will 100% do that stuff. I would love to do that stuff. You best believe. Ow. Waiting for that timestamp, everybody. Give me 1 second. As soon as I went live, he got a text? Damn. Shakira flabbergasted is very obnoxious. Okay, he's doing a ghost hunt right here. Oh, wait. Wait. He looks like he's on the phone.
Where's Ginger? He would be interested. Not that I'm saying we should do this.
Hold on.
Face the mirror at the end.
Hold on, I gotta step out.
All right, found it.
I gotta step out. The lady broke in her house back. It happened right now.
You're joking.
I'm not kidding.
You are freaking
I'm not kidding.
joking.
No, I need to call Ginger.
Is Ginger there?
It just happened right now. Hold on.
We're in the speaker room. Where's Ginger?
I I'm not kidding. This. What time did we step in the museum?
About 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. Where Jake?
Did we step? I gotta call Ginger. It happened exactly 30 minutes.
She's not home, right?
Yes.
So, I guess someone broke into the house like 30 minutes before this? Let's see.
No, not kidding. Yeah. Sorry.
Alright, no, dude, hurry up.
Dude, that smells getting worse.
Yeah,
Every
it's getting
longer we're in here,
crazy.
the worse it's getting.
Freaking crazy, oh, Ginger. Dude, isn't it getting bad right now?
It's
Like,
getting
right now.
way worse.
I should not have freaking taken this chair out. I was only joking, right? I didn't think you would do it. No, it is funny, when we were driving home, is when he texted and said what happened.
They arrested her?
Ah. Why would she come back?
That device would be on my nerves at this point. I would be so concerned on figuring out what the hell is going on. I would turn it up so you can hear Ginger. Okay, let's see.
What, a 6'1" woman?
Fucking hear me. It's all in. It's a woman, right?
Okay, but you're with everyone. You're good. Were they all already there?
Hold on one sec, guys. All right, sorry, that air conditioner was making it hard to hear Ginger at all.
Fucking hear me. It's all in. It's a woman, right?
Okay, but you're with everyone. You're good. Were they all already there, or? Holy shit. They caught her. They arrested her. She came back.
To the house? Dude, that's insane. Why would you come back?
There you go.
She was yelling at you that? Can you hear her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude. I'm sorry.
Can you hear her?
They can hear her, yeah.
She had my fucking house key.
She was gonna go back to live? What the fuck? We're down here and she...
So, the lady who broke into their house had a house key? Is that what he just said? I thought, look, I actually thought that was where that one guy was going was that he was gonna blame Annabelle. I like. Or did they all try to blame the? I would not have blamed the doll or Annabelle for that. I would just blame one crazy psycho person trying to get into your house. I see. So if they broke into the house the first time, they probably got a key to the house and then were intending to come back, but probably weren't expecting someone to be there, right? Or were they there before that too, and they just tried to do it again? I'm kind of confused on that part. She stole the house keys? Interesting. Okay. And she stole the cars. Well, I mean, sure, they got their stuff back then, right? Like, if they found the person and got it caught, they probably had to give, obviously, the location of everything that they stole back. They showed in the house where Ginger's closed and stole their car keys, and Ginger's car was found in the. It was hidden. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This broke in while they were in Belgium. They saw it on the dog videos they called police from Belgium. Cops came and couldn't find anyone. When they came back, Ginger went home. Just blame the doll for everything now. Your train's running late. Blame Annabelle getting caught. Yeah, that fucking Annabelle. I got to go to work tonight. I blame Annabelle. This was her second time breaking in. That's crazy. That's crazy. She was probably hoping that the third time's the charm, so she wasn't going to come back a third time, but she didn't think she was going to get arrested the second time or something. Obviously, fucking crazy. Oh, wow. Yeah, not the doll. It was just a psycho. Or a thief. Just a thief, maybe. Goodness gracious.
Who's that talking in the background right now? Oh, okay. No, sorry. I didn't recognize that voice. I was like, I don't know who that is. Got it. Okay. Holy fuck. Yeah, you're good, right? Like.
She touched her hair.
Hey, Walker Bait.
Gee, how long ago did this happen? Was this literally 30 minutes ago? No, I mean, that's...
I know.
10...
Which I think is not... It has nothing to do with the doll. I have...
16 here. Not right now. Not right now. Not right now. Not you. I'm not talking to you. The clothing rack.
Okay, so... Honestly, if I was one of the other guys, I would have ran over there and quickly turned it off so we could hear what was going on. Because, yeah, that's a scenario where, all the equipment needs to just stop for a second. Like, that's someone's life, could have been in danger if that person got into the house, for all we know. So I would have been, yeah. No, he made the right call, drop everything what you're doing and, yeah, pay attention because shit can happen. Shit can get scary.
That working out, as you say. Gotcha. So right now it's extremely busy and getting called. Yeah. Okay, yeah, of course. Elton's on the phone now.
Yeah, I'm here.
I forgot what I was saying to you. I don't remember.
I have you on speaker now, too, by the way, obviously.
Okay, you're on speaker too. Big conference call.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, Fitz showed up in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, dude, fuck.
Sabrina.
Jesus Christ. Holy.
Holy shit.
Go inside. I'll just stand here.
What the
they
fuck
are.
are the odds? I mean,
Okay, yeah, we can just.
tonight?
Great.
Didn't something say justice when we walked in
Yes.
there?
Oh my
shit,
God.
Right, dude. You think
Yeah, no, no. Because if this was, you guys said that this happened like the day before, right? Like they were in Belgium and then they almost got broken into the day before. They did get breaking into the day before, right? Yeah, they totally kind of are connecting the dots, which I don't believe it. I don't believe it had anything to do with anything in that museum. I just think some person just took a shot at their house and tried to break in. It could happen to literally anybody. No, I would not have went to the doll. I would have, yeah, a few days before. Yeah. Yeah, it just sounds like a regular psycho. Probably was hoping, like, waiting a few days later just to, check out the waters again if they had the keys. They obviously they were going to plan it again anyways. If they had the keys to the house, they were going to try to get in at some point. It was happened to be that day. It's a weird coincidence, but I don't think it had anything to do with the paranormal. Yeah, Annabelle's a cute doll. It's a Raggedy Ann. I got a Raggedy Ann behind me. They're, harmless little dolls. That's all it is, though, is a doll. That is a risk of being famous, unfortunately. Yeah, Twin Paranormal's house got broken into. And a bunch of their shit got stolen. So that's why it is scary when content creators are doxxed. Because there are psycho fans out there that will absolutely try to get to your place. I'm somebody who has seen the over... I've seen messages that were about me that made me feel so uncomfortable. And one of the things the person said was they also were not that far from me. That made me so uncomfortable to see. And you can stumble across the wrong kind of people on the internet, and they will absolutely want to see you in person and even go to your house, not thinking much of it, but show up at your house at random times to meet you. And that to me is never an okay thing. I'm not saying that's what the person was doing. Obviously, I don't know if it was a fan or not, but if they'll say they did know about Elton and Ginger, they know that they are relatively famous on the internet. So they obviously were like, this is a jackpot hit. Yes, when you're on social media, it comes with a risk. You always are meeting those people that you're just not too sure. And, the person obviously came off like one of the sweetest people ever, but you find out things. And it's unfortunate. And it's scary, too, because you just don't know. But, okay, let's go ahead and...
Well, that wasn't the first RG. We're not trying to make this about us. It's fucking... The timing is...
This was before the phone rang, just before.
Okay. All right.
It said justice. You're right. And I said it said justice.
It's not paranormal, fellas. Let me just tell you that now. I'll save you a lot of suspense and trouble.
Yeah, that's why I remember, because you called it out. And
right.
It was like,
holy damn, dude. Well, that's why, I did ask if you touched her, because it said pushed also on here. And I was like, that's why I asked if this woman touched.
No, Annabelle was not stolen. Are we talking about the situation where Annabelle went missing? That never happened. Even Elton and Ginger actually are trying to get people to stop saying that she disappeared or anything, because that's not what happened. If that's what you're talking about. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I'm not a fan of that reaction either, to be honest. Yeah. Sorry, your quote right there just reminded me of One Piece. Fame, power, wealth, fame, power. Gold Roger, king of the pirates, found this and everything else the world had to offer. I've been doing okay. How are you doing?
Touched her. Just glad she's okay, but that is freaking crazy. I mean, we started about the time which she said it was all going down, and that's just...
Yeah.
And again, we made the connection earlier about driving the truck and you calling.
Right. Look, and that's a good point, Tom. That's a good point. If they, let's say, publicly announced when they were going to be out of town and visiting somewhere, that would make it a good opportunity for anybody in the area to be like, hey, I know where they live. Let's hit their house. They're not going to be home. For all they knew, they probably thought they were still out of town. So that's a good point. That's a good point. And by the way, thank you so much for the $5 donation, man. That's very sweet of you. Thank you so much. But that is a good point. When you announce like you're going to be out of the state or out of town, people will take that opportunity, especially if they know where you live. So, yeah. And, you know, like Elton and them, they post all the time when they're off doing things in different parts of the world. I know they do go live in Belgium and stuff, and they were, you know, trying out foods there. So whoever was paying attention knew. They were complete strangers. They didn't know the person. And that's the thing, though. You never know who's watching your content. You never know. I'm sure there's people in the live stream right now who probably haven't even made themselves known, and they're watching just to watch. So, I mean, you just never know. But it can happen. It can happen if they pay attention. So that's scary. That's scary. I'm glad Ginger's not hurt. Like, that would have been so fucking horrible. Yeah, thank God. Nothing happened to her.
I'm gonna call her off camera though, just to like be an actual good husband.
All right.
Moment.
Yeah.
That's
freaking crazy.
fucking crazy.
Want me to show on this museum? What am I do here, buddy? I mean, that is what was in the car with us that day when he called on Monday and said that somebody broke in the house. We were actually traveling with her. So that coincidence was, and we actually were talking about outside what kind of, you know, that was a coincidence that we were with her, and that happened in California, and here we are in this room, and it happened all over again.
Right, but the person has no connections to Annabelle. It was just a random person who just decided this would be a good idea to hit that place. Yeah, that's long story short. Glad she's okay. I don't care if you want to blame it. At the end of the day, I'm just happy that nothing happened to her, because there are some scary people out there.
And that's kind of crazy. And again, I don't know if it's a coincidence or what, but I don't.
I'm not sure if Sam and Colby were robbed. I know Twin Paranormal was robbed.
Risk that stuff. I don't take the risk at something happening. I'm just glad she's okay. That is freaking crazy.
That's insane.
It's crazy. Crazy. I mean, it's yeah. Wow. And I don't know. I don't like to mess around with that stuff. Even the car incident with, you know, with my heart stopping and the whole bit. I don't know if she did that. Again, I don't risk it. I don't push it. And even with with Elton and Ginger tonight, I do look at her, but I don't like looking at her too long. It's ever since I got sick, it's just something about that thing. I don't like looking at it.
And I personally believe that the only reason why Annabelle would even have any ounce of power is if you mentally believe she has power. That's the only thing I would take away. These things do not have any actual physical power. They cannot harm you. But I will tell you that if you go into this place with the mindset that she does have power and she can do this to you, you are going to start to think that she can. And that's going to strain you. That is going to make you scared, to the point where something could be caused just simply by fear alone. You could cause yourself to have signs of a heart attack. You could cause the fear, the tension. It could build up in your own mind and make you think that something's going to happen when that's not what's going to happen at all. So to even remotely think that she could cause you harm may make you personally believe she could cause harm. You know, it's all about just you're giving it the power. That's the problem. You were just stressing that in my Melissa's latest video about the Smurl hauntings coming soon. Nice.
People, Ed used to say about that thing that, it was Rick, he said, looks are deceiving, and that's the prime example of looks are deceiving. It looks like a toy, and that's why that devil card.
Pretty sure Truth or Demons actually took a quote from Ed Warren himself that stated, "The doll is not possessed by a demonic entity." And if I'm not mistaken, he also said, objects don't get possessed, people get possessed, which means that doll should not be possessed by anything. It's just a doll. Right? Right. So they kind of debunked themselves, in a sense. Right? I'm not crazy to think that. I'm sure he did feel that way when you have an invasion. It makes you feel helpless, right? Law of attraction. Law attracts like wise verse. Yep. If you think she can, she can. Exactly. If you think she can do this, your mind's going to mentally think she can do this. Yeah. Yep. It's more of a mind game than anything. If you choose to believe these things are evil, you're more than likely going to believe they're evil. But if you don't, then it's just nothing more than a doll. But again, that's how you get caught in this stuff, is that you believe. And I really want this stuff to be real. That's the sad part. I want this stuff. I would love if this stuff was real, and that there are these crazy things out there that can have, real demonic entities attached to them. But I'm believing it less and less. Okay.
Is actually on that tarot card. He put that on there years ago on the original case, which is actually here. That, listen, it's going off the top of my head. Isn't that funny? And he even passed away because some of that stuff was just filed away deep. And I found a few books that I know the last person to touch that book was Lorraine Warren years ago. And yeah, you realize how much you miss them. And again,
Jesus.
I was very close. Is she okay?
Yeah, so it's a different person.
No, you gotta be kidding me.
It doesn't match the person that was in our house a couple days ago.
Do you?
Really?
How many
They're different-
people?
they're different.
Really? So somebody else, they're probably partners, took the keys, I'm going to go hit the house, and came at the wrong time. Not even the same person that broke into the house a few days ago.
We don't know. We only have the video of the one person in the
Right.
house. And the person that was just arrested is like 6 inches too short
Right.
to be the same person, and there's a neck tattoo versus no neck tattoo. Also, did that say malicious lady?
Yes, it did. Yes,
I saw everyone's like going malicious lady.
Yeah, it is. A malicious lady. Can you check that? Because I think it said chair and it said help.
Yeah, I can. Seat
Yeah,
master.
It's one of the last things it said. I didn't have my glasses on, so I kind of glanced down at it. It's one of the last things. It was maybe 5.
The last things it said were.
I know seat was one.
It's crazy. It says watch the sneaky cook. She ate food in our house.
Yeah.
Malicious lady. Help. Then
Oh,
it said
help.
lagoon, pole, text, what, elemental, hell,
Hell. It did say
creature.
hell.
Yeah.
Totally did say hell.
It said what, elemental, hell, creature, seat, master.
Was it in those?
No, Ginger was home, and then the lady
You
broke
walked
in.
in.
Yes,
Oh,
Ginger was
okay. I
home
thought
when it
you got
happened.
home
And our fucking dogs are the friendliest dogs ever. They
Right.
didn't do a goddamn
Right.
thing. Because our dogs are the friendliest
Right.
things ever.
Right.
And they were just like, they just thought it was another friend coming over.
With the ladies, we don't have to talk about this on camera. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a serious issue.
And then according to our
Yeah, our dog is friendly, but if she doesn't recognize you, she will fucking get right up on you. So, yeah, don't just walk into her house. Yeah. That's concerning. Like, our dog is extremely friendly and very sweet, but if she doesn't recognize you, don't just walk into the house.
neighbor, there hasn't been any other burglaries in the neighborhood in 15 years. This will be the first one in the neighborhood in 15 years. And it's a pretty big neighborhood.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of houses there.
She said
So-
why she came back? Did she say any?
Well, I don't know how one person would know whether or not, everybody in the town would. I feel like everybody in town should speak for themselves in a situation like that. It's the only one I've heard of in 15 years. That's what she's basically saying. The only one I've heard of. But that doesn't mean like other break-ins could not have happened in that time period, right? I don't think one person would know about it. Not saying everybody, doesn't talk or nothing, but I just doubt that. Yeah. So that's just my thoughts. My thoughts on that. I wouldn't say she could speak for everybody because you never know.
I mean, I'm sorry again. I don't wanna-
I
I don't want to.
she,
Oh, the police confirmed it? Sorry, I must have missed that part. The police confirmed that apparently there was no break-ins in the past 15 years. At least they were aware of, right? So that doesn't mean, nobody could have had nothing stolen within the last 15 years, but no reports, at least in the past 15 years, that they are aware of, or at least they said. So, wow. Interesting to say the least, I gotta say. But I don't. I still wouldn't blame the paranormal for that.
No, it's. I mean, I had the whole call on speakerphone.
Okay.
Yeah, the lady was yelling, like, "What do you?" The lady who broke in was yelling, "What are you doing in my house?" To Ginger. Ginger called 911. You know, luckily the lady saw Ginger left and went out to the front of the house and was like pacing out front.
She was on
sidewalk,
something.
And then it took
Okay.
the cops a little while to get there, and then they found.
She might have been on something, and potentially, she sounds like she was on something. Please don't say she was possessed. I think she was on something.
Her, and now she's in custody, and you know they're doing whatever the police are doing interrogation wise.
That is crazy.
Just to like figure out what's happening, and then all our friends are there right now. So like everyone's home except for me right now. Like all of our friends are at the house. Chad showed up with a katana, so he showed up prepared.
That's just fucking crazy though, dude.
So and what's again, I'm not trying in any degree to make this about me at all, but I did start by telling the story like it's pretty fucking crazy coincidence.
Before we walked in,
It happened at 10:18 p.m. for me.
Right.
So
Before
I don't know where we were at 10:18. You know what I mean?
You were filming. I think you were beginning.
I would assume if they do have a security camera system that they probably would have that on security camera, the entire situation. I'd assume so.
Filming.
We might have been like.
Now, I'm not sure if they're going to post it, but I think if so, she used to live there. Oh, maybe. But they did say that she did steal, the person before stole the keys to the house. So I would assume that they were all probably in cahoots with each other, and maybe they took the keys and just thought, I'm going to hit the house up. And maybe that was just a reaction she had when she saw Ginger in there. What are you doing in my house? Kind of like, oh, I walked into your house. I walked into the wrong house by accident. My bad. And then went outside and started pace walking. For all we know, I mean, that could be a legitimate reason. But maybe they actually intended to rob the place. But when they saw Ginger, they were like, nope, sorry. Why are you in my house? Maybe, but it's just too hard to tell right now.
At the door at 10:18.
Right.
Like.
But we already talked about the coincidence of us.
And this is my first time
driving down-
This is my first time talking about it too.
Right.
Like I haven't. Everyone knows. Like I said one thing on Patreon, like the night it happened,
Right.
just to whatever, because I don't know. But I haven't said anything. I haven't tweeted about it. This is the very first time I
Right.
decided to even talk about it all was tonight because it just.
You know, it's kind of funny because if they were in the night before when that spark happened, a lot of people don't realize that distance from California to Connecticut, for instance, it's nothing to that thing. It's just a blink of an eye.
I see. So the house key was on the car key ring. I gotcha.
It sees it because you know when Ed was in England and I think he was doing the Enfield case in.
Break-in. It was
Came back in
7 p.m.
Right,
The sun's
came
still
back-
up.
Right, that's insane
Like-
to me.
The sun is still
Right,
up.
what drew her back? That's my question.
At
Why
that
would you come
exact
back?
coincidence, like, and again, normally I would have seen my phone instantly,
Right,
and the only reason I saw my phone is I went to go set it down and put chat away to start focusing on the investigation,
Right.
and then I looked and I was like, what are, you know what I mean? I was like, who? And I was like trying to figure out it was our name, and yeah.
I'm sorry. It's horrible.
I'm sorry that I'm not home.
Right,
I feel
that's
like
what I kind of mean.
I don't really know what
So
I can do right
sorry.
now. I feel like a piece of shit right now.
Right, I mean, kick you in.
I mean, there's not really much you can do. I mean, you guys had a plan to be here and do this live stream. But I understand, too, at the same time, it's like, yeah, that kind of sucks that everybody else is already at the house kind of talking to Ginger and making sure she's okay, and one person who's not there is you. I get that. That must actually kind of suck. But she's okay. That's the important thing. I doubt that person's going to do that again. Scary stuff, though. Scary, scary stuff. All right, back to the live stream. Sorry about that, guys. People wanted me to check that out, so I went ahead and checked it out. Yeah, that's scary. That is scary. It sounds like she was on something. She had something going on. It could have been a nervous reaction the second she realized she broke into the house while there was someone home and was like, fuck, I'll get out of here. What do you do in my house kind of reaction, and then quick thought she could walk away. Potentially, there could be something more there, but at the same time, it is what it is. It's break-in. The person, I'm sure, is going to do a little bit of time. Scary to say the least. She's okay though, so that's the important thing. Damn, I couldn't imagine being in that situation. Be home alone, and then all of a sudden someone just walks in, and your dogs don't even alert you. I don't know if they took anything this time. They probably saw Ginger and said just bailed. Someone will undoubtedly file a Freedom of Info Act on the body cam footage. Ginger's car was stolen. Yep, the car was stolen, so I would change the locks for sure. Yeah, good luck of ever leaving your doors unlocked around there again. That is scary. Honestly, I would be tempted to even just go back home at that point. But obviously she was okay, so he obviously could continue what he was doing. But yeah, no, that's scary. The only thing, again, I didn't really care for was trying to insinuate that the doll or anything in the museum had anything to do with it, because that would not be where my first guess would go. Obviously, there was a couple people, if not a person, who just wanted to hit that house again, and they were going to, and they just kind of fucked up. Unless the lock had a key on it that could, because I know some locks do have keys that can kind of go past the code. Or whatever they have on their door. The door wasn't locked because she just got home. I see. I think I heard that part. It just slipped my mind. No, yeah, she just got home, so she was kind of just, whatever. And probably, again, they probably didn't expect that person to show up again, or like that another person to show up. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to go ahead and end the live stream pretty much here. I have to be ready for work in about literally pretty much an hour or so. So it's been fun. Thank you all for joining me. That was very interesting to take a look at. I only heard about it during my live last time. Very interesting to see, I got to say. But anyways, I'm going to have to go ahead and call it a night, guys. I do have to get ready for work. Unfortunately, I would be live longer, but I will, be able to go live probably within a week again. So anyways, yeah, go check out the channels, Heart Mode Horror, Andrew Stone Rock, all of those people. Again, I'm doing collaborations with them, gaming videos. If you want to go check those out, subscribe to them, help them get up there higher. That'd be amazing. But until next time, please do take care, and I'll see you all later. See ya.